is me and you are going to sit in the front of your fucking Jeep and finish the podcast, dude.
True.
You think 2 bars will fail us today?
No. You have to acknowledge.
Oh, we lost. There goes 2 bars. Ready.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Mike and Max Off-Road Podcast, the fastest growing off-road podcast in the nation, brought to you by Keep It Simple Off-Road. I'm Mike Austin.
And I'm Max Kraus, and we're taking you from the garage to the trail. Actually.
Literally.
Yeah, literally to the trail today, which is so awesome.
Right.
I don't know if you recognize our logo, by the way, Mike. I came up with that.
Good idea, Max. That was fantastic.
I'm just kidding. That was all Mike today. Which, it just happens to be our logo, or it just happens to be
pretty damn close.
An obstacle where we can do our logo.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Very close. Very close, yeah. Hell yeah, man.
That's awesome, actually.
How have you been, sir? I haven't seen you in several hours.
Yeah, right.
Because we actually see each other quite a bit.
Right, especially right now because I'm thrashing for King of the Hammers.
Yeah.
Thrash, whatever.
That's right.
I'm goofing off.
You're foggy, bro.
I know. I'm hot.
You're fogged up.
Well, every time we get in a new situation, I start to panic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's all right.
But yeah, so updates-wise,
King of the Hammers updates.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna try to touch on it every time until it
gone.
happens. Then while you're there, you're gonna do a bunch of collabs and good stuff.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we got to do a whole recap. So get ready for way too much King of the Hammers.
Right. That's
Not
funny.
way too much. It's like, I think it's a hot enough topic dude. I don't know if you guys can see these, but we got our sweet new mic logos.
Yeah, so if this sounds a little different, it's because we're currently wireless, trying to make it simpler for this kind of stuff.
Ooh, can't we blame Jason and Chris at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey for making us go wireless?
Yeah.
Nice.
We had to copy them.
Yeah.
They did it first.
We're copycats.
Actually, the Trail Chasers podcast, we ran into them at SEMA, and they did
that's right. I remember you said, you were telling me all about it, like how he's like such a cool dude. And
he got it, and then Chris got him from Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. Cute. That's cute.
It's my apple juice, man.
Yeah, cute apple juice. But yeah, so then he got it, and then I waited for them to see if they sucked or not, and how they sounded. And they sounded great, actually.
Yeah.
So
it does sound different over the headphones today.
It's got a bit of an echo, like a...
Oh, maybe that's what you're describing. And now I'm just
tinny.
realizing. Yeah.
It's kind of tinny.
Tinny.
I might be able to fix that, or Tyler from Snail Trail could actually hook me up and tell me how to fix it. What all those fancy tools in my editing program have.
Man, I really hope that one of these days, all those guys come out and spend a couple days or like a week in Arizona. So don't forget, I have the week of Thanksgiving off and the week of Christmas off, and it's not an issue. I got room.
Right.
Ooh, I don't have parking. I don't have a lot of parking room.
We could park in my house, my neighbor's house, and then carpool. We're close enough to carpool.
Yeah.
We have we could do Sandy Beach and go out there and hang out at the lake, and collateral damage and
of course any weekend.
Yeah.
We can plan ahead enough to have the entire weekend cleared out. You know, if any of those podcast guys want to come to town, and you know, I don't think they'll be able to keep up with us, man. I mean. Not only are we the fastest growing, we're the hardest crawling.
Well, okay. Jason's mid-engine LS powered 40-inch sticky buggy. That's no way could it keep up with this beast on leaf springs.
Nonsense.
Leaf springs are for poor people.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, they mentioned, I guess Jason got a really good kick out of the fact that we're the poorest podcast around.
Oh, did he? Every time I talk to him, he always goes, we're just trying to keep up with you, the guy's the fastest growing podcast. That's
my fancy apple juice drink.
Dude, I just want to hang out, really, because now we're out here. Now it's time to get hammered, but we're not even getting hammered.
So,
KOH, Willie's Prep.
Yes, this weekend.
We made a list. I have one half of one door left to make a top.
Yep.
But that got put on the back burner. I got to fix the hydro boost leak because it's leaking on top of the manifold.
And you just got a whole new hydro boost.
Yeah, so I got to throw that in because I'm afraid that could actually burn it to the ground. I'm going to get rid of that. We got one blown out shock. You can either rebuild it or I got 2 other shocks sitting there on the side ready to go.
Oh, I thought you sold those to Radmigo.
I never gave them to him yet.
Oh,
so
you just got the money and ran?
He never gave me the money yet.
What?
So,
Radmigo, come on.
They're his, but I'm going to borrow them.
Sucker.
He's never going to know. He doesn't listen. Yeah. So
no, I don't mind rebuilding your shop. I like rebuilding shocks.
Exactly. Maybe you could even do one of your little behind the scenes things.
Ooh.
You're
talking about what our future content will be on how, top secret.
Right. I almost wore that hat too, dude. I almost wore my hat just because we're out here. I felt like
I think you have a different logo though. The Hunter Safety Product.
It just says it over here.
Shout out.
Yeah, HSP if you're in Arizona, man. That formerly known as Beard Seats or Beard Seats, super whatever. I think it's.
Well, I know they worked together, or like it was his family, right? And they had like a little.
I think his kid has taken it over, or they sold it, or whatever. So I don't know, but either way, it's Hunter's safety product named after his grandkid.
I know you two were broing down hard over all that.
Yeah.
Big rig talk and.
It was the grandkids.
Truck
dude.
stops and the grandkids.
The grandkids. Okay. That's what happens, man. You get grandkids and hey.
Every time I hear truck stop, all I think about is There's Something About Mary. You know, the truck stop. That's all we can say. This is
go watch that movie.
This is an explicit family content. We can't talk about.
I've been trying to curse less.
Yeah, good.
I really have.
I do notice like the really popular YouTube channels, like they bleep all the cursing because they don't want to be demonetized for
it. Before and now
we could be good.
YouTube has changed their policies now too. If your content is meant specifically for children, you have to acknowledge.
Oh, we lost it.
Hey, welcome back. That was weird. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties.
How do you do an F for fail?
Let's see.
Not sign language, to the camera.
Oh. How would you? I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird, huh? It's almost impossible to figure
out. You're like, hello, this is audio, bro. Sign language doesn't work. That was weird. Luckily, we found some batteries.
Oh, you found your apple juice.
I did.
Hell yeah.
Right. This is cute apple juice. Okay, so anyways, we're back on the Hydro Boost. My Hydro Boost is leaking onto my exhaust manifold.
Yes.
And it could catch fire, and I don't want that to happen. So that's priority number one.
Yep.
Yesterday, we broke down the spark plugs and got it running good. And we reset the TPS, and that's good. So it seems to be running fine.
Are you still going to try to replace that TPS plug?
Yeah. If
you get to
I'm definitely going to buy one and bring it with me.
Oh, if it gets here in time.
I think I am going to go with the full-on provisions, and as long as everything works like it should, I'm going to trailer it now to King of the Hammers.
Just like comfort, man. Holy crap.
Comfort and a place to hide, and so that makes the top not so crucial to be done. Yep. And in case, if we will sledgehammer, it's supposed to be pretty rough. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
And to break that little ass toothpick axle I got for that. But so
it'll hold. I got faith. It'll
the list, I think so too. As long as I do it right. The list is Should I even see if we're recording? Huh? Yeah. We are. So the list is pretty short. It's about 10 items total. The shock, the bushings, we got all that knocked out. But 2 or 3 of us on Saturday should knock it out. No problem.
Who else did you invite?
Everyone that I could think of.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Nobody. I'm gonna put the call out.
Oh, me?
I'm gonna put the call out on InstaFame.
Everyone I can think of. Me. Thanks.
Well, I trust you.
Oh, thank you.
How's that?
So we gotta invite Scott or Steve.
Yeah, he'll want to.
We're gonna need food.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Him cooking in the yard.
Yeah.
We could call Dawn over for the peanut gallery and his wife Sheila, and she could sew because she has some stuff to sew.
Ooh.
Maybe she could finish my top.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That'd be awesome. I wonder if she's a good enough seamstress to just hop on any machine and ride a mean stitch.
The problem is this will come out after all that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
No, nobody knows.
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is just one of our King of the Hammers prep updates.
So that's it. I'm thrashing to get it finished for King of the Hammers, and I have a list, and we're going to hammer it on Saturday.
That's right. Oh, we're trying to get it done soon because your workload increased all of a sudden.
Yeah, I picked up a bunch of jobs to try to make way more money.
Pay for King of the Hammers.
Yeah, pay for King of the Hammers, and then to help with that axle build. So,
nice.
In case Yukon doesn't want to jump on board with the fastest growing off-road podcast in the nation. That's Yukon
Don't talk negative like that.
Oh, I'm not being negative. I'm just saying, like,
Nancy.
if I don't talk to So your Jeep updates.
Not much. As you just saw, it's flawless, perfect, and beautiful. So,
dude,
good to go.
we have a segment later that's called Obstacle Breakdown.
Yes.
Right? That we just came up with out here on the spot. So where he's setting is a wicked obstacle, and you literally just climbed to the top of that like it was nothing. You didn't even spin a tire.
Yeah, and I don't think the belly hit either, which was
didn't.
very, very surprising.
I was watching because that's normally what happens is you hang on the belly.
I really expect. Oh well, let's not get. We'll get into all this, but yeah. I mean, in general, I noticed I have a power steering leak. I think I just mentioned that to you.
Yeah,
which is very disappointing because all my stuff is not that old. You know, I had to buy a new power steering pump, fittings, hoses, all that stuff, and there's always a leak somewhere.
Yeah, speaking of power steering, I have to lower my reservoir.
Yes.
Half an inch. Or an
Oh, and
inch.
you're gonna do that 90 with the quick disconnect
Yeah.
hose fitting.
Yeah, because when I get inverted, or not inverted, but
Yeah.
inverted. Anyway, when I
Well,
get steep, yeah, it pours out the top, and then
Yep.
it's dripping down, and it makes me think everything's leaking.
Yes.
When it's not.
Yep.
So, but that gotta add that to the list.
Other
Anyway.
than that, crawl box would be nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be
A
a
V8
big
would be
project.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I need a V8, a transmission, Magnum box, a Ford 205, 2 new drive shafts, win the lottery, maybe buy a house with like a huge garage on top of it. Just
Hey,
cause.
if we're spending money, might as well get an acre to park a
Yeah.
few trailers.
Ooh, I am getting a really big waterfall in my new place.
Oh, like Jason's?
No.
Oh.
That's child's play.
Okay.
I am literally just moving next door to Niagara Falls. Look at my stuff, Mike. Can you see my waterfall? That's how we'll have to talk because it will be roaring,
I don't know if it came.
Magicians will always be trying to ride it down over the barrel and stuff, seeing if they can survive it and magically float to the other side.
Dude, I don't know if it came through on the last podcast where I added the waterfall back in there. And did you hear the dude screaming off the high dive?
No.
Ah! And it goes bloop
I don't
when
think
he
I heard
drinks in
that.
the water in the Casa Bonita
Uh-huh.
part. Anyway,
I definitely heard the roaring water, but I don't know if I noticed the scream.
there's
and
a
the
dude
bloop.
going, ah, bloop.
And is it like a droplet of water? Like
Yeah,
bloop?
it's just
Like-
a drop because
yeah.
that's all I could find, and I was tired of
Nice.
looking. But the
We are getting a lot of good feedback on the sound effects.
oh
Like
really?
yeah. But Robert with the red Jeep,
Oh yeah,
one
yeah,
evil JK Robert.
Yeah,
He-
Robert Palafox.
Yeah.
If I ever die, he's our next host.
If you die,
Yeah,
or,
if-
me-
if
or
I-
one of us. Oh, if one of us fails.
No, it has to be you and Robert.
Oh,
That way, Alex will keep listening.
which Alex?
Alex Estrada. Is
Oh,
that his
the
name?
YJ build.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which is going to be badass when he's finished with it. So,
yeah,
on big gas axle tons or
he
whatever.
can't finish it. I'm just kidding.
But so also on that, so I don't know, is it LOLI Carlos? Like
yes,
Lori and
the
Carlos?
guy that hooked us up with the GoPro suction cup mount.
Yep, exactly.
That was awesome.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thank you a
Huge
lot.
shout out, and it is LOLI Carlos.
I think
on
there's a JK in
Instagram.
there too. I think it's
A JK?
LOLIJK Carlos.
Yeah, go to
I don't
the notes, the description of this podcast and video, and I'll have his link in there to his
Awesome.
Instagram, and please go over and give him a follow.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was very
Or
very
them a
cool of
follow.
him. We still have yet to utilize it, but it's been like 3 days.
Hey,
So
it don't matter. I mean, we're gonna use it at King of the Hammers for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So
Awesome.
yeah, we definitely that was very cool. I appreciate.
What else? What should we ask for next? Need another GH5?
We just asked
or
for
what do you-
a 205
Oh,
transfer case,
yeah. Oh,
which
a
it wouldn't be
Ford
bad.
205.
I did donate one to Big Willie's.
Yeah.
So somebody could.
Yeah, but
donate
you're
one.
basically Keep It Simple Off Road. The conglomerate of Keep It Simple Off Road is basically a sponsor of the Big Willie project.
right.
You're on every post. You're tagged on every
Yeah, the
post.
guy's awesome.
You're like all his decals have you in it. I mean, not your photo, but your the words "Keep It Simple Off Road."
They used to, but his new one doesn't. The SEMA one didn't. He left me out for that, but that's okay. SEMA, that costs more to be on there for SEMA.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a redo.
Yeah, they redid it.
Well, just tell him, hey, give me the transfer case back. I'll paint it and I'll give it back to you, and then we'll be good to go.
No, he's all right.
I'm just kidding.
That's at the Big Willie Jeep, if you want to know
That
what
thing's
we're
awesome.
talking about.
I still want to see it wheel.
Dude, he said we can drive it. I want to drive it. I don't even
Yeah.
care.
I'd rather go on a cool wheeling trip and let him drive it, because I'm sure he can.
Dude.
He probably knows it better. Like, I'll be an idiot and be like, oh, I'm going over the V notch.
I want to
like,
sign into Uber with it and go pick some people up for.
You can't. You have to get an
Scottsdale.
inspection.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Foiled again by the man.
Yeah,
But
the man.
well, he went through Lower Terminator, and I guess that second obstacle broke the living shit out of the front.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Huh.
Anyway, but he did go through there. He's been over Hell's Revenge with it. Which,
Damn,
dude,
that's awesome.
That's scary. I'd go over that maybe in a go-kart now, something super low to
Yeah,
the ground, you
yeah.
know, but not in that beast. So, yeah, we're okay. So we're rolling along here. Shout outs. Yeah, we're definitely getting a lot more followers. We had a ton of people add reviews, which is badass.
Really, to the
Yeah, we
to
jumped up.
iTunes podcast, or where are you seeing the
Can-
reviews?
On the Apple podcast reviews,
Okay,
where we were asking.
just like what I said.
I was trying to think, can they go away? Because we got up to like 49 and then dropped down to 46.
Whoa.
Can you remove your review?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You could delete your
Who
own
the hell would
review.
remove your review?
Well, I could think of 4 people right now.
Who?
Jason,
Oh.
Chris, Jimmy, Tyler.
Speaking of Jimmy and Tyler, I
Oh.
want to give those guys a shout out on their ham radio podcast. I listened to that one today, and it is crazy, crazy informative. If you want to know about CBs, ham radios,
Nice.
Mars, all kind. Dude, just go listen to it and nerd out for a bit.
I'll have to
It's
start that
awesome.
one tomorrow.
It's actually really good.
Nice.
I was quite impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed when I heard that you.
Yeah, and
that
I'm not
you really-
impressed easily.
Yeah, that you reached out to them and said you thoroughly enjoyed it, like, and it was so good, and that's rare to hear from any podcast, because a lot of them are just like.
Well, I went to my off-road radio. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Before I ruin your thought, I don't want you to lose that.
That's done.
Okay. So I went to my off-road radio, which is Tyler's website, to
Yes.
buy his class to get the ham license.
Yes.
Okay. I'm into that thing like 2 seconds, and I'm going, fuck, this is way over my head. But he was able to explain it today super good. You know what I mean? Like, it was dumbed down for me. You know what?
So, do you think this podcast could be a great recommendation for anyone trying to get their license?
But yeah, I would say, yeah. It kind of puts it a little bit more in context, and it also takes away the fear of my fear of, like, I locked up. I read that, and I started going, oh, my God. But he tells you which 2 maths that you need to know. And
Like new math and old math, or
no, but like there's certain
Like,
you need to know what a sine wave is and some things like that. And he said then you'll have no problem. He made me believe that I'll be able to pass it no problem.
Nice.
So just and give you some tips on studying. You know what I mean? And then the truth. So basically, it's you almost want to memorize the flashcards, memorize the stuff, because you have to learn by playing with it, and you can't play with it until you get the license. So you just got to go get the license
You're not
one way or the
supposed to.
other. Right?
Yeah.
Well, we don't break the law here.
Nah.
So
play.
I wish I could add one of those dings off of our eye.
Well, you can do it later.
Maybe I don't know how to.
Oh,
do
so we
that.
got a wink.
Right. Okay. So, what next?
I expect a wink.
Oh,
I expect a ding with my
Ding.
wink.
Well, you know what? We're not. Let's see here. Yeah.
Let's get into our trail talk.
Trail talk. We need an intro for trail talk because we're not in the garage, bro. We are on the
I know.
trail.
Trail
we
talk.
took these folks from the garage to the trail.
We finally have not let them down for once.
Well, let's do this real fast.
Oh.
Let's do right here. We're gonna insert the obstacle breakdown.
Nice. Okay.
Obstacle breakdown.
And here we go, on the trail with Mike and Max. We're gonna basically walk you through what we would do when we get to a cool obstacle. And this one just happens to be by our house.
Obstacle breakdown.
Nice. Oh, they can hear you, huh?
Yeah, on this.
Nice. Breakdown.
So that's what it is, an obstacle breakdown.
So, start with Scottle Steve's obstacle. Here we go. Scottle Steve, he's barely on like 38s. So he's gonna wanna take this line. Pretty much no explanation needed, you just kind of follow your path and there you go. I can already see the exit, Now, we gotta upgrade it. Let's go with Orange Dennis. Orange Dennis is gonna wanna do this line. This one's pretty cool. It's like a couple extra humps and all sorts of rocks in the middle. And you can get a little caught up in here too, where it doesn't work quite right. But again, you just gotta make sure, you obviously aren't gonna start in that rock pile. You're gonna put your driver's side up here, just get up in here, and then turn out towards the passenger once you get into the middle top of this obstacle. Then we have the Mike and Max line. Here's what we're gonna try to do. I wanna go up the left side of this small obstacle that you can do on 35s and like a Suzuki, maybe, maybe.
How tall are you?
6 foot, at least 6 foot.
Okay.
So it's probably quite a bit taller than me. And you could dig out some of the sand too, when you're pulling 5,000 pounds of sweet metal up here.
It's near vertical, this wall. So explain to us the different options.
Well, and then there are a few other options, but since we've been out here a few times, we kind of know what works for us and what doesn't. There is definitely a passenger side line where it is like very, very steep and off camber. But it would basically be, you'd have to somehow stay on this wall without flopping before you get to this side. And apparently Mike and I don't know how to do that yet.
Well, it's the breakover.
Yeah. Well, and you got to get here too.
Yeah.
Because I would want to come up so high on the passenger side for me, I would be worried about flopping before even getting up it. That way you're up here where it just goes like another 2 feet down, which then is the breakover that we're talking about.
Because there's a video of me halfway up that.
Yeah, and you like torque lean back while you're in gear.
Oh, and trying to
hit the clutch.
Trying to back down. Yeah.
Oh, that was backing down?
I fell in the hole, yeah.
So, but what I'm actually going to try to do, I'm going to start way at the beginning. I'm going to just ride the passenger side of this and just try to keep my Jeep as far over as I can, and then just turn into it and ride up this whole side right here with my driver's side tire. And then, you just got to kind of feel it and work it till you feel the traction, and you'll know what doesn't work pretty quick in this obstacle because it'll feel pretty bad. And no matter what, it still leans the body into these rocks really heavily. So, but you want to be over here to go almost straight or up it versus, just climbing a whole side, and you don't want to be all twisted starting it because you got to get that, you want your rear end over here to be able to get up it.
Right.
So we're going to give it a shot.
Okay.
On today's Trail Talk. We got a super sweet Jeep Liberty right here, ready to hit the trail.
He is going to ride this edge. He's coming in as slow as he can possibly go, which is actually incredibly difficult when he's not geared that low with a manual. So probably going to get a stall here and there. Actually went right on his line perfect, didn't touch the belly. That's the other thing you'd be watching for. He made that look easy.
Obstacle breakdown.
All right, so hey, what'd you think of that? Obstacle breakdown.
That was awesome, huh? I made it.
Dude, it was so awesome.
Woohoo.
I can't believe that. Like, I want to get up in there.
You should try it.
But I know I have that one front shackle on my leaf spring in the rear is nothing. It's just metal to metal in there. Not like that's going to hurt.
Well, didn't you make it like that? Didn't you?
The upper part, but not the bottom.
Oh, I got you.
The one in the leaf spring itself. Yeah, I cannot believe that you walked up that easy.
You could try to feel it, right? If when we're done, if we think we have enough daylight left to play around, you could just feel into it. And if you are not comfortable, don't do it. And if you are, then
that one spot where my back tire is right now, if you guys can see that, the driver back, that's really deep.
Yeah,
and that's super steep for me right there.
Yep.
So that's what happens is I just get so lean straight up and down. There's not enough weight on the front to grab. Yeah, and it just doesn't go up. So. Whatever. We'll ignore that.
You're gonna extend your wheelbase a little bit, huh, to get some reach.
Yeah,
and
this summer.
Because if your wheels could get on top and start to, it was very grippy. It was very, very grippy rock. So
yeah. You're also aired down a lot, so
that's true.
That helps a bunch.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, it's like 6.5.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So let's
for a podcast, that's pretty good. Take it down.
Airing down for a podcast. Who else does that?
Nice.
Well, Rig for Dirt.
Well, we got a cool topic today.
Yeah, we are going into the Trail Talk.
Truck Talk.
So let's take a quick break and we'll come back with Trail Talk. Welcome back. This is Trail Talk.
What a break. That was good.
We just need those gaps.
Yeah, no.
All right. God, it is weird, but hey, bro.
I wanna hear yours first. I have we chose a topic. We wanted to talk about what kind of a rig and what tire size we think is ideal, right? Is that about what we decided?
This is nowhere near what I was going. No, I thought
that's what we talked about.
I thought it was tire. Oh, is that what it was? What type of rig and the tire size for that rig?
Yeah, remember that's why we were talking about how you and I have both wheeled on 31s, 35s, 37s, and 39s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we were going to talk what our ideal rig is, and what tire size might go with that. That's what you told me.
Well, okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I didn't.
Well,
I sort of broke it up.
Tell me your idea.
Well, I broke it up a little like, what is your favorite all-time off-road vehicle that you have ever seen?
You did say that. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
And then I thought it was just wheeling on different size tires.
Oh.
That's
So
what I was
okay, we're
assuming.
on the same page,
Yeah,
roughly.
roughly. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And we could talk about what we had. Like my first Jeep ever was on 31s, and it was a CJ5, right?
Okay.
And then I wheeled a big full-size Bronco on 33s and thought that was huge.
Nice.
So actually, it was my dad's Bronco. Hey, Dad. Oh, I waved. Sorry, buddy. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah, there's a video camera.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
somebody will see it.
My dad's
He's blind.
He's blind. So we're laughing at my dad. He's going to get it, though.
No,
He's
we're
gonna
not
be like-
laughing at him. We're laughing at the fact that you waved and
I know.
you know he's blind.
Well, he wasn't always blind. He became blind.
Yeah.
So,
Real recent.
no, he's been blind now for a while, but it was slowly going down.
That makes
At any
sense.
rate, Dad, I'm waving to you like an idiot. So.
Yeah. Very
Anyways.
nice. Very nice.
Thank you for listening and trying to share the podcast. He made everyone at Christmas listen and sign up. So that was pretty dope.
You're gonna sit here for the next 47 minutes, son.
Right. Well, I did because I know he's listening is when I started to curve my cursing.
Oh.
So I'm trying to,
That's funny.
stop that stuff. But yeah. I looked up for a second. I can't tell
you
if
know
it's
what
still
I didn't?
recording.
You know what I did not anticipate is
What?
not having cell service. I saved all that stuff to my phone,
Oh, your info?
and I can't pull it up.
Huh, well,
That's okay. I mean,
You're gonna wing
I
it.
do know it. I mean, I have a really good generalized idea. Let's go. Favorite rig of all time.
mine is Sonny Honigers and Heath Biggs. Sonny made a rig for Heath Biggs called the Scorpion MK1.
Okay.
And it's way back in the day. I believe it won the very first top truck challenge. But basically, it was on 44s. But he had boggers on there the first time, all airbag suspension. It's unfortunate. If you type in Scorpion, it comes up with the bleeping Jeep Scorpion.
Oh,
And
the
if you-
Scorpion crawler. Yeah.
And if you type in Scorpion MK1, I think that's dresses. But I don't know what the
No,
hell.
I've found that one a few times.
So
That's that it looks like a small Hummer, huh? Like
Yeah.
it looks like a military style vehicle,
Dude,
but
it's so awesome. Yeah, all
Yeah.
green, all very, very military. That's how that was Sonny's.
it's been in a lot
signature.
of Easter Jeep Safari videos. That Scorpion MK crawler one, or
Oh, really?
that's the only time I've ever seen it
Oh.
in videos.
Well, first time I saw it was at that top truck challenge, and I just remember him when they did the quarter mile test, and he locks up the brakes and he slides the thing sideways, and he's got the bags all the way down. I was on the edge of my seat because back then they used to have 4-wheeler TV,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, look at that, dude! And I made a little scale model of that a long time ago when that happened, but I never did anything with it because it was always been broke.
Nice.
So, and then I've seen a lot of copycats of it, and none of them have the actual characteristics of this thing, the charisma that one has. So hands down, always been my favorite. And on Easter Jeep Safari, when we did Wipeout Hill, he had a version of one there, like the truck version, but not the
Oh.
original, and he's in that. And Sonny was there with his old beat-up flat fender.
Maybe I've only seen the one you're referencing now.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I just assumed it was that one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, hands down, without a question of a doubt, that suspension system on there was for the listeners, because we're going to get
Yeah.
into this, right? So I think it was called the AES, but I don't know what that acronym stood for. But essentially, he had the front was a wishbone. It was attached by one pivot in the middle, right? And it had an airbag on both sides. As one airbag collapsed, it fed the other
Yeah.
one, so it forced that one down. Plus, he had these weird torsion bars that went from the front axle to the rear axle, and it pivoted in the middle of the vehicle somewhere. So as the front lifted up, it forced the rear down. So he had all these corners forcing each opposing
Yeah.
ends. Oh my god, it
So
was
you
awesome.
could keep the vehicle more level, probably.
Yeah, and the back was on 2 airbags, a big one and a small one, and he could raise that son of a gun way high and then lower it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool. But it had I don't even know what motor it had in it, to be honest with you. But I know it had.
And who knows with the gear reduction that's available? Like it could have been a tiny motor, or it could have been like a big, healthy V8.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was really
Like it's
cool.
very deceiving. You could see the craziest rig go up this obstacle in a nice low crawl, and like it could be a 4-banger, or it
Yeah.
could be something huge, or something in the middle, or
Yeah, unless you hear it, man, hammer,
Yeah.
and you hear the sound of the V8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, my allergies are killing me out here.
really.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. I'm doing it a lot today.
I actually have a 2-part answer because
Awesome.
I couldn't decide on one favorite rig. So one is like crazy expensive, and then I have a secondary option, right? So because there's multiple types of people out there that, there's the type of people who build or like have a shop build an immaculate, insane, beautiful, like top dollar rig, right? And one of those is what I would choose as my favorite rig of all time. It's actually Lauren Healy's JL. Like, it's a brand new 4-door, all black,
Okay.
beautiful Jeep, but like it's completely built like a custom chassis underneath.
Like
I
a
think,
real race suspension.
No, it's not race suspension, but it mimics it, right? But it's very clean, very well done, and I can only imagine like the comfort and niceness of a brand new vehicle with the capability of a fully built chassis almost, like, I mean, dual triangulated rear end, I mean, amazing coilovers that are outboarded, and when someone builds it to like top notch quality with like high dollar parts,
Right.
like, it probably just works amazingly. And he had
No
gone
squeaks and it
probably
works, doesn't break.
well, and I'm sure I'm sure whoever does all their race car maintenance, like, I'm sure that Jeep sits right next to it and gets the same maintenance, at times when they know they need it. So but it was just, I remember when they were building it, the JLs were brand new, and I'm not really that big into the JLs, but for whatever reason, that 4-door black Lauren Healy JL, like, they showed like the body off the frame. It's got a V8, it's like.
Are you seeing this on Instagram? I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while. It's probably been out for more than a year. And it had gone on a few of those like JKX style trips, and things like that.
When we get back to service, airdrop me that when we're airing up.
Yep.
And
yeah.
I'll put them in here.
I have it saved
Okay.
on my favorites.
Nice.
Then my second option, I mean, it might sound a little weird, but it's honestly almost like My Liberty, right? Or like, it doesn't have to be My Liberty specifically, but it's something that you have that you can build, put your own axles and whatever size tires you want under it, and build it to your own specifications for like less than $10,000. Or, like how your Willys was built originally for like $5,000. Like, if you
Right.
can build your own, I think the best option is to build your own. If you can. You obviously have to preface that,
It's weird, though, because like we were saying, you could almost buy one cheaper. A lot of times
Yeah.
you can get a better deal on better parts, but
Yeah.
those parts are beat to snot.
Exactly.
usually.
And like me and you were talking about it too, like what if we had to replace one of our rigs again, for
Right.
me.
I
But
think
like we were saying, for $30,000 you could almost buy an awesome JK on tons,
right.
but really you'd probably need to tear it down and like service
All the
living,
joints, everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't know if the motor's weak or tired or
You don't even know how
the
hard
transmission,
that thing would beat, what
yeah.
parts cracked or
Yep.
whatever. Where and I would never spend $30,000 on a rig.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I
But-
wouldn't go that route because I wouldn't dump 30 into that.
Mhm.
Not by any stretch.
But so I don't mean specifically like my Jeep is my favorite Jeep in the world, because my Jeep has plenty of things that I don't like about it. But I'm just saying that like use that old thing you got sitting, like it's a truck, right? It's like an
Yeah.
old Willys body, like what you did, or like I bought a $2,500 Liberty, like I bought like a nice looking, good quality used Liberty, for $2,500. Like, you can't, like, my insurance, my registration, I have full coverage on that thing, with like,
Right.
because I want a glass coverage. But like certain things like that you just can't beat. Like, I know some of these new JLs, the registration could be up to like $800 the first couple years.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude.
That alone is like a
then
huge upgrade you
well,
could
look-
have done to like my Liberty.
Look at our friend Rod who broke a tail light. It was $600,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, that would make you
Well,
never
luckily
want to
he-
take it off dirt.
Luckily, he got to glue it back in,
And
and
then-
then an accident. Oh, shh. What if
Still in litigation.
what if Geico's listening or Progressive?
Right.
But so do you see how it's hard to explain? But I think that would be like my favorite option is like something amazingly built. It's smooth, like basically a race shop, I assume, built it. And well, that's interesting. Oh, it's a twist off. Oh man, I didn't know they twist off apple juice.
Right.
So an amazing, brand new, like you got all the creature comforts JL with 40s, of course, big axles, a nice engine.
A heater.
Yeah, a heater, heated
AC.
seats. Dude, it probably has OnStar for all I know. You know what I mean? Hey, ding. Which direction on the trail should I go? Or you should build something yourself. And not only is it an amazing learning curve, but you're not going to be that guy out on the trail that like breaks an axle shaft and like your month is ruined,
Yeah.
Like a lot of our buddies are real hands-on, and like we've fixed an axle shaft on the front of a JK in like 25 minutes.
Right.
We'll have to. I know it was Dennis and Scottle Steve. They have like a record for changing an axle shaft on the trail, a front axle shaft.
Right. This is so stupid. As you're talking, now I'm thinking, I can add a V8 to your Jeep going up that hill and sound.
Mm-hmm. oh, and sound.
Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah.
wah. You want the rev limiter?
Yeah,
I could hit
yeah,
that
dude.
too.
I want a throaty rev limiter.
I hate the rev limiter.
I want your burnout sound,
Oh, okay. We
but
can add
no
that.
squeal. I don't want tire squeal. I just want the engine. And maybe do a little flare. Throw some smoke in it.
Did you ever see that the time when it was still gray? It was like, I think it was my second shakedown runner because the first one went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
So
The lower Terminator run, or
just because I couldn't
like Turkey
steer
Creek.
it. Turkey Creek.
Okay.
When I drove into that mud hole and then
Yep.
had to back up.
Yep. And you just, whoa.
What? Dude, it sounds
awesome.
so awesome right there.
But that was,
video's
remember
way
we were
old.
talking about that. Like that was still on 35s,
Mhm.
and you had a ton of power out of your Chevy 350.
Yeah.
And it's yours is souped up, right? Like
Yeah, it's bored.
built up,
Yeah.
and
It's bored and it's got really nice parts in it.
yeah,
So
nice. So it looks good,
so it's
or it works good.
it's probably, I mean, it sucks because it's only still like 300 horsepower because
Yeah.
I didn't change the heads. But, I could have put Vortec heads on it and got up in the 400 range. But
Damn.
for what I need, it's plenty. I run out of gearing before I run
Yeah.
out of pedal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
So
like when we're on the highway, and we're booking, I'm barely touching the pedal.
That's
I am
awesome.
barely touching it.
Yeah.
It's never floored.
that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah. So you want to go on with Lauren Healy's thing and a vehicle you can build your own.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
Like
with both
there's
of those.
so many cool, like, what's that sidekick that Harry Wagner has?
Oh yeah,
Like
the
that.
tracker.
It's a tracker. That's what it is. That thing is awesome too. Like, and I do think a shop built that. I think, but
Jesse Haynes built it
that's a shop.
in his garage. But I mean,
Oh, okay.
world class fabricator. built
Exactly.
it. Right.
But it just
And
shows
they
you
built
like
it for lightness.
it just shows you can have a little body, not a person, a vehicle, a little vehicle body, and then you just put your cage in it, you put axles and a drivetrain in it, and
Right.
it's 100% custom, yours. In this case, very very nice. But
Well, okay. So speaking on this, I listened to the Snail Trails episode 10 where they
Ooh.
interviewed Dirthead Dave from
Yep.
Dirt Every Day.
Yep.
Right. I'm a huge fan of. Anyway. And I scared him one time. I charged him at Easter Jeep Safari, and he's like, and I was like, "Don't leave, dude!" And all I was trying to do was give the guy a T-shirt, but
and then he left.
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt, but this is funny.
go ahead.
It's the same as when you were nervous talking. You just told me the story. You were nervous talking to somebody,
Harry,
and that was it.
we were just talking about Harry Wagner.
Yeah, and he was about to he's getting to the point where he's about to invite you on a wheeling trip, right? And you
Yes
cut
and
him
no.
off, and you're like, I gotta go, bye.
No, okay, hold on. We have to tell that now, right? So in SEMA, I run into my buddy Vern, right?
Yes.
Vern knows all those guys. A lot of people know Vern. He is the editor for Four Wheeler magazine. Anyway, he and I are buddies or friends. And I run into him at SEMA, and Harry's there, and a few other guys are there, Ned Bacon, and some other guys, some other well-known people. But he goes, Vern's like, "Hey, meet my buddy Harry." And I was tired, super crazy nervous, and I was like, "Do you want a flat vetter? No, you suck." And then it was something similar to this. You know what I mean? Like I had no idea what I was saying. I felt like a complete a-hole.
Yeah.
I screwed that up. And Vern, all I was thinking is like I have Vern trapped. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get out of this conversation. So Vern says, "Hey, we're about to," and I was like, "I gotta go, dude. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here." Because I was
Vern that said it.
I was
then.
trying to let him go.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't fist bump Harry. Or I only fist bumped Harry Wagner because my hand was holding the camera and it was all sweaty and palmy, and I'm like, I'm not going to shake this dude's hand right here.
That's funny.
So I hope he hears this, and then the next meeting, bro, is going to be better, I hope.
Yeah.
But
you won't maybe make fun of him.
I'm not going to slap him with a big, sweaty, nasty hand, but maybe I'll be a little calmer and not so damn nervous.
That's awesome.
I don't really, what's crazy is I've met like the lead singer of Metallica. I didn't fanboy out. He was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I met Dale Earnhardt.
But you did sing to him.
I did. Yeah, but he didn't. I hadn't met him yet. I just spotted him and then I blurted out with some Fuel lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and he looked at me like, "Oh shit, this is going to suck." We're standing in line at the airport, at the security line. And I go, hey, that's James Hetfield. I'm with my buddy Dave Vollmer, and I was like, hey, man, that's James Hetfield. I go, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which out is yeah, right? I had to do it. I have to do it. It's not like I suck balls at singing. I'm not trying to sing. I'm not trying to show off my singing abilities, but it's part of the it's part of the story, dude. And then James looks back at me like, holy shit, this is gonna suck, because nobody's mauling him.
By.
Yeah, he was getting through the line. So then Dave is questioning me. He's like, no way, dude, that ain't him. So we quickly look him up online. We match his tattoos. I'm like, I told you, dude. So we get through, and now we're facing each other, in the line.
Okay.
And I look at him, and I was like, I'm not gonna make, because I saw him look at me, and I saw the fear, like, don't make a scene, dude, don't make a scene. So I go, I just give my head nod, like, hey, what's up, dude? And then I go, I'm a huge fan, man. He's like, hey, right on. So then we passed each other again, and nobody had still made a scene.
Oh, because the line's like at the air, like snaking back and forth.
Yeah, like back and forth.
Oh, I gotcha.
So then he goes down and around, we separate, we come back again, and he's like, dude, that was cool, man. He's like, he starts talking to me. Then he's like, hey, we're doing stupid idol chit chat. He's about to go through. He was on his way to MTV's Icon show.
Oh, wow.
Here I am just like being an asshole in the security line. But eventually he ended up getting mauled by one of the security guys, recognized him, and then he told the other things, and that guy had like 15 employees on him like that.
That sucks.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that was it, like that whole
But you've
thing.
had that happen. Remember the Rubio's incident?
Oh, yeah.
You had a fanboy Jerry.
Yeah, and that is not fun, man. Dude, that is so embarrassing. My temperature goes up, You know what's funny is my hand's sweaty right now, just because we talked about the Harry Wagner incident. I'm gonna have to relive. I hope he just totally forgets who the hell I am. We're gonna redo that whole thing.
You just gotta own it.
Yeah,
you can't erase the past.
So it started with Dirthead Dave. I want to get you. You can't erase the past. I'm trying, but now we just put it out on the internet for life, bro.
Forever.
So with Dirthead Dave, I ran up to him because I was giving him out shirts, and which was kind of funny because he tried to walk away thinking, because he didn't know me. He thought I was trying to talk to the guy he was talking to. So he books. And then I was like, wait, don't go anywhere. I was like, red or black? And he's like, blue or whatever. I said, blue or black? He's like, blue. Because I didn't know what color he wanted for the shirt. Anyway, I gave him a shirt, blah, 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 and he does things, books. It's funny, though, is way later, like years later or a year later, I don't even know how long later, he texted me or he Instagram DM'd me, and he said, pay attention to the next Dirthead Everyday show.
That's right.
And he said, pay attention to the shirt I'm wearing. Well, their editors, obviously, I didn't pay, so they have it blocked. They kept him, make sure that he didn't have much in there.
He's wearing your Keep It Simple off-road shirt, or like was it a flat fender shirt? Or
No, it was the Keep It Simple off-road one, but you couldn't tell. It was covered up, but I knew it was there because I saw the little blue. So I tell my wife, and I'm like, sit down. He told me to pay attention to this video, so I'm making her watch this show, and she's not really into off-roading, but so. She goes, why are we watching this? I'm like, he's wearing my shirt underneath there. And she's like, what is his name? And I go, Dirthead Dave. And she looks at me dead serious. And she says, I am supposed to be impressed by a guy named Dirthead Dave. I was like, you don't know, dude. That's Dirthead Dave.
That's awesome.
But
that's a good story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stories. Like 10 good stories.
I know. That's how you got to be careful, bro, because they start to steamroll and they don't shut up until they're all out. But the reason I brought up Dirthead Dave was episode 10.
Snail Trail.
Snail Trail 4x4. There was a point to that one. They did a really good job of interviewing him. Never mind. I totally lost the main thought. God.
Wow.
ADD, folks. That's what ADD does to you.
There's too many like greens and browns and rock and.
No, this is what calms me. Out here it calms me, but it's literally I can get sidetracked. It's literally the squirrel. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. If it pops up, I'll let you know, bro.
Excellent.
Okay. So, so that was our main topic or our trail topic.
I think we should like kind of wrap it up.
Yeah, me too. Sun's going down.
Yeah.
Boogie out of here.
Yeah.
What
we don't need to talk about like all the we can save that for another day.
Yeah.
Like, like this time could have been like our favorite rig, and then next time maybe we can go deeper into detail on like what it was like wheeling with 31s, what it was like with 35s, what it was like with 37s.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's where I was going with all this, right? In that interview, Dave said Vern and Trent and Harry, everybody tries to keep a small wheeler. That's what he called it. They all try to keep something that's on 31s or simple, a basic, simple vehicle. That way you don't have to go to these big, crazy-ass obstacles like this.
Yeah.
You can make a dirt road fun. and you have a lot better time. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so it was funny that he said that, because that's essentially what we built. I think everybody goes through the growing pains. You have to push it until you're maxed out.
Yeah.
And now you can go over, you got something that will go over 90% of anything you want to go into.
Yep.
But we also could use a regular ass vehicle. You know what I mean?
With 35s, which we did for
Dude.
a long time.
My kids, Justin, on Christmas Day, I loved his little Jeep on street tires.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're 31s, bro. But I had a blast in that
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
So,
And
Yeah.
it's the comfort creatures in that thing again.
yeah, that
You
was
know,
nice.
It's a very comfortable, newer vehicle, which does mean a lot.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I've driven your JK. I've driven Scott's. I've rode
Yeah,
in
you
them.
drove mine right into like a deep 5 foot deep mud hole, like with an ice snowy mud hole to where like the hood was under mud.
I didn't even make it 10
I just
feet,
saw that
bro.
photo. I just saw. Oh, that's right. You got in and just sunk it.
10 feet and I'm in the ditch.
That
And
was,
we
that was, I just came across that photo too when I
That
was
was
looking for rigs.
buried hard too,
Mhm.
bro. That was crazy. But anyway, none of that made me want to buy one
Yeah.
until I took Justin's out over Christmas. And the heater was blasted.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God, he's got a soft top. It doesn't rattle at all.
Yep.
I don't even have a coat on. I'm like, this thing is beautiful,
Yep.
dude.
They're very, very nice.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so, all right, man, I'm all right with that.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can end this bit. This
This bit.
this bit. Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
good.
It is a bit.
Right. So, folks, get off the trail and get back in the garage because we're opposite,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. We got to get back to the garage.
Yeah. Good.
At least by Saturday.
Quit taking your broke-ass junk out into the field
Ah.
until it's ready to go.
Who you calling out on that one?
Me.
No, I'm kidding.
Totally
Oh, you?
me. Yeah. I'm the one that's broke. Ish. You did get out here to this point in two-wheel drive.
Yeah. Well, because my drive shaft. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need hubs.
Anyway. All right, cool, man. That's a wrap.
Have a good one.
Deuces.